What is going on, everybody? We are back with another reaction video. Thank you so much for joining me today on this beautiful day. I hope you all are doing well today, and to all my new supporters joining us, welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. I hope you all enjoyed this video today just as much as myself. But before we jump right into this video, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and turn all post notifications on so you do not miss another one of these reaction videos. And please feel free to spam my comment section if you would like to recommend some of these amazing videos for myself to react to. Now today, I'll be checking out the differences between the French language in France and the French language in Quebec. But before we jump right into this video, I would like to read the 17 key differences about this language. So here we go, man. I'm not wasting no more time. Number one, wait, I gotta keep on scrolling. Number one, there are some special nouns and verbs. Number two, the eating time vocabulary is different. Did I read that right? The eating time vocabulary is different. Okay. We got some examples right here you guys could take a look at. I'm not going to waste too much time before we jump right into this video because, boy, I'm really looking forward to this. And thank you so much, everybody, for recommending this video. The accent is different, too. You speak English. That is an English language. They are going to hear your English accent straight through that French, man. Now, do they tend to judge people from Quebec, you know, for speaking French, or do they accept it as well? Number four, there are different pronunciations. Okay, I assumed that. Moi? Moi, me, toy, you, oi, oi, or is it oi? Yes. Oi. I feel like I've heard that somewhere. Questions are asked a bit differently. So we got number 6. Quebecios, French, uses to a lot more. Number 7. Quebecios, French, has tried to erase English. Whoa. It's quite political in Quebec, as the Quebecios tend to be very protective of French. Okay. Yeah, I've also been doing some research, guys, and it looks like the numbers are declining right now. The numbers are on a slow decline for the amount of Canadians that live in Quebec City that know how to speak French. And it's declining. Sooner or later, nobody in that city will be able to speak French. But it's getting taught, though, right? Yes, of course. People have to learn it. Is it just an option now? Like, people are just choosing not to speak French? Pursue it, learn it, and speak it? They just want to speak English? Being bilingual is cool, man. You watch this video and you don't know how to speak French? And you live in Quebec City? You just live in Canada? Man, learn it. Learn it. Especially if they teaching it out there. Pursue it. Because we don't got that opportunity. They want us learning Espanol. I'm tired of learning Espanol, man. I want to learn something new. Number 8. Quebecios French does use some English verbs. However, it says however, but despite the state's protection of French, English couldn't be completely eradicated from the dialect. Okay. Okay. Number 9, Quebecios French also uses words influenced by English. Of course, because it's English, it's the English people. It's English people speaking that language. French Canadians use on, not nouns. Huh? Their personal...
On. Nous.
Okay.
On est à la plage. Nous sommes à la plage.
Oh, okay. Number 11, la is used liberally as an informal marker. Number 12, ben is very common. What do you mean by this, man? Ben. It says ben. Wait a minute.
Ben.
Number 13, Fin has many more meanings in Quebecios.
Fo.
Whoa.
Fo.
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 Fo. I wasn't even saying it right before. I thought it was fin. She's saying fo. Fo. Which means end as a noun and fine or thin as an adjective. Is used literally, however, in French-speaking Canada, it takes on another meaning. Interesting. Number 14. I'm going to try to pronounce this word. Forgive me if I do not say it right. Bienvenue. Bienvenue is way more common than you think. Number 15. Being sociable sounds a bit different. Number 16, there are different money words. I wish they would have gave us like a verbal example so I could know how to pronounce some of these. I'm not going to be over here sounding like a fool, man. That looks like le bacon, and le debit. I mean, I'm just reading what I see, guys. Am I saying this right? And then we got number 17. Canadian French has its own unique idioms. All right, let's jump right into this video, man. Enough of the curiosity. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today to watch this fabulous video. Let's jump right into it, man. We're not wasting no more time.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Walter's World. And no, we're not in France with this great building. We're in Quebec City in Quebec. And today what we have for you are some of the differences between French Canadian and French French. Looking at the culture differences and similarities and the language similarities and differences. Because here in Quebec, a lot of the people really feel they're more European than North American, and you do get that feel with the architecture and stuff like that, but there still are some big differences between France and Quebec. Now, one of the things you should know is when you're looking at the language, you do have a different accent in the two different Frenches that are spoken.
Right.
It's the same words, the same, everything's the same, it's just different pronunciation, kind of like if you look at British English versus American English. It's the same thing with French from here in Canada and Quebec versus French.
Different words, different pronunciations, different sayings, different terms. Okay. I'm
French
understanding
in
this.
France, and that's kind of the biggest difference between the two in terms of the language side. Now, there are some other examples of the languages and the culture, but you know what? Let's get out of Quebec and let's go ahead to France for that part.
You're not going to...
So we're now in France, and yes, I've let my hair go a little bit, and my belly and my beard. But some of the differences you really want to see between French.
I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that. I also wasn't expecting to react to this video today. I mean, before watching this video, I was not aware that the French language in France is different from the French language in Quebec City. Huh? I've always assumed that everybody was speaking the same exact language. At least the same exact French. Like, but yet again, these are English people, English accents. So it's not going to sound the same. Some words are going to get pronounced differently. So some things are going to get mixed up a little bit. I can understand why it's like how it is today. But I wasn't aware of these differences, man.
France and versus French from Quebec. There's basically four things I want to talk about. One thing you need to know is the written French, whether it's in Quebec or in France, is exactly the same.
Okay,
so
that's
if you learn
good,
French in school, you'll be able to read it just fine. And actually, if you speak Spanish or Portuguese or Italian, you'll be able to read both of them relatively well, so you won't have too much of a problem at the restaurants and stuff like that in Quebec or in France. And both places have so many tourists that speak English, or it is in Canada for Quebec, that they will have English on a lot of the menus, so you'll be okay there.
That's good.
So probably the biggest difference between French from here in France versus French in Quebec is the accent. Okay, if you talk to French people and they say, oh, how do the Quebecois sound? They'll be like, and they kind of make a joke that it sounds like they're talking to their 300-year-old relative. yes, the French spoken in Quebec does come from a French dialect from the northwest of France from 300 years ago. And so it kind of developed on its own that way. And so you do have some of those differences out there that come from that accent, because France is very much different dialects. We are in Paris and now we're here in Avignon, and it does sound almost like a different language. It's much more, I would say, Latinized here in the south of France versus in the north. And that's where the Quebecois, or their French, came from. Now, with the accent, what you should know is,
Why am I just not
if you ask a Quebecois to speak, proper French, you'll be able to understand them. But it also works here. If you come to the south of France, you say, hey, I had French in school. Can you speak a little more Parisian? They can do that for you too. So there's no real issues there. But just know the biggest difference is the accent. Okay. Now, from the accent, there's two other things I want to talk about. One is vocabulary, and since it's French from 300 years ago in Quebec, I mean, it's developed too, but there is different vocabulary words. Things have developed a different way. And I'll give you a list of some of the different vocabulary words that can be a problem. I mean, some are no big deal, but some of them you're like, you really can't say that in France versus here, because, there's one word that means like kid and, boy, another one,
Yep.
and in another place it means like your private parts. So
That's what I was
you gotta
saying.
make
Different
sure
terms, different
what you're
wording.
supposed to say in
Yeah.
each of the different places. It's not too big of an issue because, again, your accent will give it away. And the last thing I want to talk about is kind
But
of
yet again, we should know the differences, especially when speaking that language, because you don't want to sound foolish or ignorant. That's to my people that live in Quebec, the ones that know how to speak French. And you know what? Look, you don't even need to be listening to me, okay? Thank you for tuning in to the reaction video. I'm going to do what I do, react. I don't even know how to speak French. I'm over here trying to give advice. I don't even know how to speak the language first. Talking about being
like the
ignorant.
grammar side of things, and really the grammar for the French Canadians. Basically, the Quebecois, they shorten a lot more things. There's a lot more abbreviations, especially in the articles. Like instead of LE, they might just have L, or LA, they just might have A on there, these kind of things. So just little differences, because honestly, we spent time in Quebec this summer, and we spent time here in France this summer, and my French is basically like basic French, maybe middle French, and I could understand people pretty much the same way both ways, but there are a few differences. Just remember the accent, okay, a few vocabulary words, a bit of grammar, but in general, you use the same spelling, everything's the same, and so you'll be okay. Now, I hope this helps you know a little bit of the differences between French spoken here in France and French spoken in Quebec. You'll be fine either way, and both places are fantastic to go, with fantastic architecture and churches and people and food, both places. Whether you like your escargot and frog legs and baguettes and cheese, or your poutine and duck, and honestly, duck in Quebec and duck in France, must have in both places. Anyway,
I ain't never
hope
had
that
duck
helps.
before,
Wish
man.
you all the best from here in France, and maybe I have something to say to you from back in Quebec. But I hope that gives you some of the ideas of the differences between French, Quebec.
This man went all the way to Paris to complete this video for us. Original video link will be in
And
the description,
France,
man.
because a lot of people don't realize that they are different, and some people feel they're very similar. They do have similarities and they do have differences. Both are fantastic to visit, and I highly recommend it. And if you want to travel here, we do have 5 things you love and hate about France, 5 things you love and hate about Quebec City, top 10 places in Paris, all kinds of great stuff on our website at waltersworld.com. We're also on Twitter and Facebook, and we really appreciate
This
your
is
likes
great.
and subscriptions. And I hope you enjoy Quebec.
This is great. This is great. This was a good video. Thank you so much, everybody, for recommending this video today. You learn something new every day. I needed to learn this because I didn't know that there were any differences between the French language and the Quebec French language. There's not really any differences. Well, there is in pronunciation, how you say things, the terms, the meaning of words. So there are a couple of differences, but that's mainly because the people speaking the French language in Quebec City, which is in Canada, are English. They have an English language. They have an English accent. So it's going to sound different. It's not going to sound completely different. It's just going to sound like an English person is speaking French. Does that make sense? If you guys enjoyed this video just as much as myself, Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and turn all post notifications on so you do not miss another one of these reaction videos. And to all my supporters, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. Was this your first time hearing about this? Hearing about these differences between the France and Quebec French language? I can't be the only one. You better not tell me I'm the only one. Oh my goodness. Please feel free to spam my comment section if you would like to recommend some of these amazing informative videos for me myself to react to, and please feel free to share this video and this channel to your friends and family members, whoever you feel may be interested in joining us to watch these lovely educational videos. Once again, I will catch you all in the next reaction video. Stay safe.